son or your wife knows you work in the Ministry of Finance, you work in Uganda Airlines, you work where, then you say, Mama, I have a deal. What comes to the mind of your child? Money. And our children not only hear, but most of the time they see what we do. Yes.
Let me give it an attempt with the actual assumption here. No matter when you say deal, one cannot assume that well, there's something coming through, but you can say it's not very.
Right.
It's not very clear.
Not in the formal structure.
Not in the formal. Procurement you are causing over what service provider yagize. I know what I see. Let's be practical here. That's the Uganda scenario. Yeah? This is what it is. So every time someone says, hey, what can you do?
That's how we are creating corruption. We are accepting it, we are giving it clean words like deal. And when you tell me a deal, I will know. So these ones were polite, thank you so much. But usually deal, it can't be a salary. It can't be an allowance. Usually it is something that has come after.
That's why some people refer to it as a dealer.
There are even people who are dealers. They have no office. Every time they go to Kampala, deal. And they get money. So my objective this afternoon is to ensure that we improve our household incomes in our homes. My other objective is to instill Christian values in our families, thereby creating a critical mass of change agents. If we are 20 people here, or let me say 30, and each one of us has on average 4 children, 5 times 4, 120 children. Okay? If we taught them positive values and they grow and spread in different organizations, don't you think they would be change agents? Right now, you can't do the right thing in our organizations. They will fight you. They will think, Obalabisa. Uganda has got many terms these days. This one is a term from Chagulanyi now, Obalabisa. So when you try to do the right thing, okay, I do procurement, I bring an envelope and you say, no thank you. Say, what does this man go do? Say, refuse my envelope. So if we have those 120 as the change agent society, maybe we can change society. Otherwise, the preacher has gone talked about corruption. We are dead as a society. Informally, I talked to my friends out there, and I told them, God must kill all of us, and one baby survives for us to get values. But of course, that is harsh. We don't want to die. And I think we can change and have people, because even when we talk of deal, even our children know my father gets a salary and also gets from deal. You come back and say now.
They don't know what we do.
They don't know what we do. Then you say, I need accountability. Why should accountability be a problem? The traffic officer finds you, you give the traffic officer money when the child is seeing. We are going to work, we are driving late, you have your children, you drive on the pavement. Because we are late. The lights are red, we go through the red lights because there's no traffic person. We do so many wrong things. Just close your mind and you see how your day starts and how it ends. The moment you wake up, we pray, all of us pray, I assume. After that, we start doing funny things like we didn't pray. But we are doing them unconsciously. It is okay, there are no cars there and I'm late. You go through the red light. It is okay, the traffic person is not seeing me. Then I'm getting a ticket of 100,000, I have some 20K. I found it. Chai wuyo. What are we teaching them? They don't say anything. They are keeping quiet, but they are learning. And when they grow up, they get a job. The first thing, how's the job, my son? The job is good, but there are no deals in this job. Because they want to look like us. We don't know how they have accumulated their wealth. Our third objective is to understand the meaning of wealth and devise ways of accumulating wealth as Christians. There is the political wealth that the president-elect has talked about. And that one, you can get it by group. Even PDM they're talking about, some percentage remains with whoever is giving it to you. You don't want to leave the percentage, that is the parish chief's deal. You want to get the PDM. So maybe these are the things that are failing, are making us fail to make the breakthrough. Mama ngamba, tulina obuntu bwe tukolaakola mu office obutali bwa butuufu. Ngaye nga tunoonya ssente. Abaana baffe batulaba nga tukozesa ebigambo ebyo, tuwa enguzi batulaba, tumenya amateeka batulaba, naye tukifudde nti kya bulijjo kitegeerekeka. Ne bwe ntula mu mmotoka yo n'okikola sijja kufaayo kubanga nange kye nandikoze. But they note that I'm not an angel. We are in the same boat. Okay? The wrong things we are doing, all of us today. So don't imagine that I'm pinning you like I don't do this. But it's the beginning of the year. I can't say, how can we do another time this way? How can we start looking this way? And we meet next year to review our performance. We are defining wealth as total accumulated value of all valuable resources or assets owned by an individual. Byonna by'olina eby'omuwendo by'ofunye okumala ebbanga, accumulated, not a one-time project, not a deal. Because I saw people were running after presidential candidates that they are going to get money and become wealthy. It accumulated over time. You go and the candidate gives you some 50,000. That is not wealth. And must be less liabilities. Singa yowola boda. N'olesekera nga bakubanja emitwalo 2. N'omanya nti boda eno bw'ogibala value yaayo ogiwa omuwendo gwa million 3. Should be million 3 minus emitwalo 2 gye bakubanja. That is your wealth. Wealth is accumulated over time. I remember growing up, when I didn't nkula tata wange nga asasula emmotoka over 10 years. They would say our father is paying for the car loan. And I happened to be the youngest at home. And it was my mother paying my fees. At that time I thought, could I be from another father? Why is she paying and he's paying for the others? They said, no, he's paying for a car. What are we doing now? You go out with a black car, you come back in the evening with a blue car. How? You put money in the boot, you drive, you come back with a land title. Wealth is accumulated over time. As Christians, we are taken over by instant gratification. Someone said, Kagwirawo. We are all taken up with instant gratification. We want to change now. And today, this minute, this second. So the key aspects of wealth is 1, net worth. Net meaning that tekuli mabanja, no liabilities. Whatever you are having, subtract what is not yours. Then that is your worth. If you're running a shop and there's some money you borrowed, even in PDM you're going to take it back, by the way. It's not free money. If you got PDM money, you're going to pay it back. Subtract what is not yours. Whatever remains is yours. We talked last year around this same time how we are going to start businesses. And I assume those who are there have something they have put up. I assume. I'm not going to ask who doesn't have. But you may find that there's someone who doesn't have, because he failed to accumulate enough beginning capital. Sente zabula is tandika. But maybe sente zandibaddewo if they're not for these small things. Mr. Michi can come and say, please lend me 200,000. I say, will you bring it back? Let me give you 50,000. And that's how we are limiting ourselves. I have the 200, but I'm saying, I know people. He won't bring it back. Let's start a partnership with my brother there and run a business. I come to him. This is my competence. Please, can we start a business? That's a good idea, but I don't know you very well. So each of us is alone in poverty. We cannot work together. Look at our friends, the Indians. You think those are relatives? They come here and the Chinese live in one house. They work together, they eat together, they share profits, and finally they all become rich. Why can't we do the same? I come to his home on Monday, Tuesday, the wife is asking him, when is she going? On the third day. She has overstayed. When is she going away? Why can Indians do that? Chinese can do it. Why can't we do it? We have failed on integrity and values. We don't trust each other. Tetwesigangana. Tetulina buntu bulamu. Tetulina bwerufu. N'omuntu yandikuwadde ssente akutya aye naawe omutya. I come, olina free premises, olina ekizimbe. You don't pay rent, okay? But you don't have the capital to put in your shop. I have the money, I don't have the buildings. So please, can I bring the bags of sugar, the maize and the what, and our shop? Then you give me money, you do the selling. Don't you think it will be better? She sells, she gives me money. Eventually, I'm also able to rent a room. That's not possible with what we are doing. I looked at this country the whole year. These are the things stopping us. Otherwise, we are working hard. I even don't want people who say we are not working hard. Those of us who wake up early, you find those border boys sleeping on the border. They work overnight. We are not working with integrity. So we are saying key aspects of wealth is our worth, that is our assets. What we have is that is of value. Olina ekizimbe, olina ettaka, olina emmotoka ereeta ssente. Emmotoka ey'obuyonjo si asset. Maybe osobola okugitunda singa embeera etabuse. Oba oterese embuteresi ssente. Naye with these borders, saawa yonna emmotoka bagitomera ne covered. So emmotoka si kyabugagga. Ebintu by'osobola okugyamu ssente, olina embuzi, olina enkoko. At anyone's home, there should be something, at least one hen. There's a man I gave a hen as I was coming to church. He told me, he shared with me, he said, he told me what you gave me is doing very well. I now have 10 birds. I gave him one hen like this. Because he was helping me with my hens, the construction. When I'm away, he comes to give them water. He said, this is your price. He now has 10 birds. But you find someone at home, especially outside Kampala, okay? Someone has nothing. He's waiting to call Mulangira, please mutabani mperezayo ku sente. Don't you see the sunshine? You're going to take posho and rice in the village. Tebakyalunda nkoko, tebakyalunda mbuzi, they are waiting to be given money. When did we get to this? Christmas, you go with so many things to the village. You take bread, you take what, you take soap, then you come back with an empty can. We used to take those things, then we bring back food. But they don't even have food to give us. fuel the car, depending on where you are going, full tank, put their bread, put their soap, put their rice, put their meat, everything, charcoal, even charcoal, even matoke these days. And you come back with an empty car. What went wrong? One hen like this can change. At least eat an egg, eat the egg, and be healthy. Okay, so more about wealth. Wealth is in stock, not flow. What I mean by stock, what you own at home is different from income, which is a flow, money earned. Money coming in and out is not wealth. Yet we do a lot to get money. We want that flow. It's instant. The salary comes, the allowance comes, the petty cash comes, the deal comes, the commission comes. We want money to be flowing in. That is not wealth. And we do a lot to ensure that that flow is on. But you wonder how our parents were able to educate us, were able to build houses, and they survived. And we have developed this urgency. You know, there is a way the people you live with, the way they change you. So we've got this urgency that we are running late. Even there are others who can build and even say at 45 you don't have a house, oh, you run faster. Oh, at 50 you don't have land, oh, you're about to retire, you don't have a farm, you run faster. And you have to go back. Who is chasing us? What is this urgency to become rich overnight? That's why we end up putting our hands in bags that are not ours. Obwangu obwo obutuwaliriza okuteeka emikono gyaffe mu ssente mu nsawo z'abantu ezitali zaffe. Because we want to retire with a farm, we want to have 3 cars, we want to take our children to international schools, we want to build a 10-bedroomed house, we want to have this, we want. Not knowing that the twaga tebigwayo mu nsi. I know someone who bought a very big screen, as big as that wall. Neighbors would come and watch football in his sitting room. Now the thing is outdated. They have brought smart screens. He's stuck with it. You can't throw it. You can't sell it. Nobody wants it because they have brought smart screens. But we are continuously chasing even the things we are not going to need. All of us, me inclusive. Of course, wealth can be tangible and also intangible. I will concentrate on the intangible. The tangibles, you know. Okay? You know the land, you know the buildings, but the reputation is wealth. How many of you can go to a nearby shop and take things from credit to a tune of 100,000 shillings easily? If you are one of them, you are doing well. Very good. Others say, 100, you first. You first pay, I'm not giving you mine. Because after giving, you're going to change the route. You pass there every day, when he gives the goods, you start changing there. So reputation is an asset. When they mention your name, what comes to people's minds? Leave alone the church. If we go where Mr. Miti lives and we say, Mr. Miti, what comes to their mind? We mention Mr. Musanje, what comes to people's minds? What do we attach to our names? Ha, oyo kuida. Sometimes we say, ha, oyo mugezi. Oyo mugezi, awongo manya. Rache bamuse mugezi. So, our reputation or our image is an asset which we should regard as jealously as we regard physical assets. Tukuuma nnyo ebintu ng'ettaka, taddeko sseŋŋenge, taddeko akapande, not for sale, ne tulagajjalira things like reputation. It's also an asset. He knows how he has benefited from that asset. Reputation can make you even go, they close the door and say nobody is passing. For you pass. So you can go. We are in a situation of political uncertainty. The young men are really doubted whenever they see. But there are those who are comfortable. You pass, the policeman says, no, you stop. What is your attitude? Because you don't look like the
You look untrusted.
Our names are an asset, reputation. Let us build that reputation, that even when we start school term next week or so, we are going to go to the bursar and say, Mr. Bursar, I'm not doing well, but I brought this amount of money, give me just 2-3 weeks, I'll bring the balance. Noted. The bursar won't disturb you. But if you don't have the name right, put your NIN number, the witness, write an agreement. Because the name is not speaking for itself. Wealth is about utility and scarcity. Resources are scarce. Okay? If I was dealing with young children, I would say, let us walk around and we pick, walk around the entire compound or even Namugongo, and you come back with $10. You may never come back. It's a resource. But if I say go and bring 100 shillings, we shall pick it. There's the 100 shillings dropped here. These Sunday schools could have thrown a 100. It's not a resource. It is valuable. Do you know we are keeping things in our compound that are not valuable? In our bedrooms, in our houses, especially us ladies. You have 20 pairs of shoes. You have only 2 feet. You can only use 1 pair a day, but you are having 20 pairs of shoes. There are only 2 people in the home that have a driving license, but you have 4 cars. So let us put money where there is value. If the car is damaged, sell the scrap. Wealth is about resources. Resources are valuable. If I see these people who are marketing, they give us pieces of papers. Those who find value in the papers, keep them. But they have been thrown there by those who don't find value in them. Because I don't see myself looking for the kindergarten anymore. So it is not of value. So let us look at what we put our money into, whether it is a resource or just a utility. We also look at, discussing wealth, look at value retention or growth. True wealth involves capital that maintains or increases its value over time. True wealth, obugagga obwensibo, buba okuteeka mu kintu ekyeyongera omuwendo buli budde, so si okukendeera. Kirabudde baga nti emmotoka ey'obuyonjo si kya bugagga kubanga kyo omuwendo gukendeera time. Oba owita bwoti ng'ogikuba engine, scrap, ononya breakdown ekijjawo. Owa trader nga akuggyako oludda lulamba, ogenda mu garage to spend more. It's a very comfortable thing to have a car. Nungi nnyo. But when you are counting your net worth, to me it's not a source of wealth. It's just for esteem. To feel that, yes, okay, I'm there, I have a car. Okay? But if you are computing wealth, you want things that bring increased value. The other hen I told you was 1 hen. It hadn't even begun laying eggs. It was a teenager hen, if that language is there. But now, the man has 10 chickens. Wealth over time. let us stop looking at temporary gains that reverse into unsustainable spending. Especially the youth. We are looking at temporary gains and we are going into unsustainable spending. Ofulumya ekintu kyotajja kumalako nakyo. Kispendingako ogwo nokuba tukyasobola oguze emmotoka ate tolina mafuta ate weewoza amafuta ate emipiira giweddeko ate tolina mipiira ate mikadde ate ogikubye ekiraka ate third party unsustainable spending. So you ask yourself, will I be able to meet these costs over time? Now we are going to a decision to where to take our children. Please, gentlemen, be assertive when you are deciding where we take our children. We the ladies, sometimes we have our own feelings or reasons for choice of the school. Sometimes you want the uniform. Sometimes you want to assure them that he's very powerful. You have gone to these schools, you leave all of them scared. That my husband has. Then for you, because you want to make me happy, you also go for that school. It's not sustainable. They want so many thousands every term. How much are you earning? Tell yourself the truth when you're lying on your bed. How much am I earning? How much can I pay comfortably every time? Otherwise, then you start those unsurplus things to fill in the gap. Okay? That's what I'm calling unsustainable spending. Cash in your wallet or on your mobile money or on your bank account is not wealth. If anything, the banks are reducing. Okay? The banks they give some small interest, but what they deduct is more. So it doesn't make sense having a lot of money on your account. Maybe put it in your trust or put in some asset that is increasing value over time. People who are not, risk averse, people who fear risk, always prefer to have the money on their account. I am sure my money is there. But it's not growing. It's not growing. You have fixed it. Yeah, maybe you can fix it. If you fix it, it's okay. But you can put it elsewhere where it can make more money. So as CMF and Christians of Namugongo, we need to learn how to create wealth and gradually, the word is gradually, accumulate wealth. So this wealth creation that my president is talking about, it sounds instant. But it should be gradually accumulating. Before I define integrity, I'm going to tell you a story which will end in a question. Imagine we are having visitors next Sunday. The church is full of people. But before you came to church, you looked at the fees bill you have coming to maybe 5 million. On your account, you have 800,000 shillings. So you come to church, just coming to pray. As they pray about people getting school fees. Okay, they pray for us to get school fees. They give us blessing, we say amen. They say go in peace, we go. As we are going, somehow you're the last person to leave church. Everybody walks out. Nobody, you're the only one alone with tears. Even you look behind, there's nobody. Then you see some $3,000 on the floor. Some visitor dropped the money. He paid for you to get school fees. You left home without school fees. You are alone, everybody has gone. $3,000 on the floor. What would you do? A miracle has happened. Usually we say, God has answered my prayers. Okay? You can even come back and, if you are the Pentecostals where they give testimony, you can even come back and give testimony how God gave you 3,000. But that is lack of integrity. Get the money and ask the church leaders to announce. Because integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching you. We do so many things because you're looking at us. If you could come and see what we do, you wonder whether we are the same. So surely, what is integrity? Okay, that the example was extreme, but how many of those things do we do? The conductor gives you more balance. In the evening, they're also tired. From morning, they are shouting, "Namugongo chileka banda boyogere." They are tired. So they give you more money. Do we ever take back that money? Say, "Excuse me, my balance is 1,000. Oh, sorry, you gave me the balance, you're giving it to me again." How many of us do it? We just say, "Zama, and that's good." So we lack integrity. We lack honesty. We lack strong moral principles. We lack wholeness and consistency in doing the right thing. Consistency in doing the right thing. Omukama Saturday, and my talk has an impact. We may do the right thing up to February. Then in March you say, this woman is old, doesn't know what we are going through. We're paying school fees. But we are saying consistently doing the right thing. I tell you, it pays. It pays to be honesty. As I told you, it is this integrity that builds the best asset, which is your reputation. Obwesigwa bwe buzimba erinnya lyo, aye nabagambye erinnya lyo kya bugagga. Erinnya lyo likolebwa baasa. Erinnya lyo likola ku dduuka retail shop ekwinaanye. Erinnya lyo likola oba ku mulimu wa mukama wo. Where I work, we always ask for money. But they never doubt my requisition. When I ask for the money, they give it to me. As I already asked for it. Other people, they call them, they cancel even what they need because they know automatically they have added you more money.
How can it be?
They ask for 3 million, they give them 1.5. The boss imagines that the 1.5 is theirs. So somehow the name works for you in that way. Okay? So we need, in order for us to have integrity, we need personal values that we translate into family values. What are our values as Christians of Namugongo? Biki ebintu byetu, how can I say values in Uganda? What are values? Who can help me? Things we cherish. Katuma nyambako, values. What is values in Uganda? Ebintu ebyomuwendo sounds like jewelry. Ebintu gwe omuntu byotambulirako, okay? Byewesigamako, things you cherish in life. For example, God-fearing. Nothing can waive your attitude or approach to God. I don't know whether you have ever had it's a bad one, but if you ever had a patient in Mulago for a long time, admitted the temptation in a hospital to forget God is too much. I don't know why the hospital doesn't mind. the herbalist comes in, the witch doctor comes in, the pastor comes in, the miracle man comes. Remember, you are desperate. The doctor has given you medicine not working. The woman comes with his chikapu, says this one, just in a day. Even last time there was someone I treated here. They are home playing. Just give me a chance. Say, no, I trust the doctor. That one goes away. Another one comes. The temptation in hospital. I had a child who was sick in Mulago, okay? But the mothers would never have sleep in the ward. And there was an injection, 10 o'clock injection. They would only find me. They take all the babies to some church near the hospital. They would come back in the morning. The nurses find the beds empty. They have gone to some church near the hospital. And I told them I would not go. So the temptation is too much. So if you are not strong on your values and you're in hospital, especially the mother when it's the child, they will even say now your child is going to die. They will tell you in your eyes, you are there pretending to be a Christian. Just do this and this and this. Then you also look at your child. You look at the other one who was healed. So these are personal values, things you stand for. If your value is time management, don't again say it was raining. You keep time. You value people's time. If your value is integrity, however broke you may be, like the example of school fees, you please raise your hand and say someone has thrown $3,000. Those are the things you cherish. So I don't want quite a bit of your mwendo, but the pillars of your life, emisingi gy'obulamu bwo obutambuliza ku ki. Otherwise, if you don't have pillars, you're going to fall. The storm will come from this way, the storm will come from this way, the storm will come from this way, and you're going to fall down. I don't know how many times we have fallen. Fortunately, we stand up. Embuyaga etusuula kubanga tetulina misingi minywevu nga tukola emirimu gyaffe. So examples of integrity can be returning extra change to a cashier, taking responsibility for your mistakes. By the way, when I talk of integrity, everybody thinks about money, but even our mistakes. Taking responsibility for our mistakes. The fathers here, you never make mistakes. It is always the mothers and the children. But I'm saying it is integrity to take responsibility and say, oh, I'm the one who put the cup on the edge of the table. I'm sorry. Okay? When the cup falls and you're breaking all these cups, I don't know what you're doing, but you're the one who put the cup on the edge of the table. So we take responsibility for the mistakes that we commit. We do our work unsupervised. When the boss goes away, you put on Facebook on the screen. When you see him coming, you minimize Facebook and you bring the document that you're working on. Okay? So that is not good. Then also respecting others' privacy and time is also integrity. You need to respect other people's time. Therefore, you say we are late for the instruction and say, no, they will wait for us. They can't do that us. I mean, we are the key people. They will wait. You're not respecting their time. So that is all integrity. Yeah, that's all integrity. Then values. A value is a belief or quality that contributes to judgment about what is good and what is right and what is beautiful, what is admirable and what is not. What do you use to know what is right and what is wrong? Without values, everything is right. Do you know that? You can justify all wrong things when you don't have values. One time I was posted in Tororo and there was a lady I was working with. She must be old now because she was older than me then. She used to put on very short skirts. And we told her, Madam, why? She said, no, you are rich. All these meters of clothes. It is poverty that I now buy a few meters and I make a short skirt. So in other words, you can justify all the wrong things. So values help you to know what is right and what is wrong. When we drink, we say, even the Bible, they changed water into wine. Or we say wine is good for the stomach. We can justify all wrong things. when you do not have values. The other 5,000, you say, no, I prayed for the man and God has given it to me. What are you talking about? This is straight from God. So, values thus have a great weight in the choice of actions we make as individuals. And we lose wealth because of the choices we make. And we make wrong choices because of the values that we have. So these are examples of decisions that we make with values at the back of our mind, using government money. Those who attended the burial of the late Namina Baby Tamazire, at her burial, her son, who is the Vice Chancellor of Uganda Matters University, Professor Chamanya, said that when they were young, they were not very young, but I think they had just begun work. She was the first person to hold the UPE budget. They had just introduced UPE. At home, they were eating posho and beans. So the boy said, really, why are we suffering with this posho? Mommy is controlling a big budget. Why doesn't she bring us meat? This is the professor telling us. Okay? So they said, let us wait for her. The young one said, I'm going to ask her. Usually the young ones are bold. They never suffer the consequences. So the young one goes and asks her, Mommy, why don't you get money? You are running a very big budget to buy us good food like other ministers' children. The mother told them, my sons, what is not yours will never be yours. Just that. At burial, this funny professor was there, Spire. He captured it and quickly before we reached Kampala, he had shared it. What is not yours will never be. And those are values. The values she had. She didn't touch UPE money, and that was the last time you saw textbooks coming to primary schools. Now not even a pencil. Bribing for a service. Should I bribe or should I not bribe? Sometimes they leave the service. If it calls for bribing, let it go, it's not yours. There's a song that is very popular. I'm not good at singing, but I love singing. I enjoy when other people sing. I like it, but I can't follow. But there's a song that says, I thank God for what you have given me and what you have not given me. We never thank him for not giving us, by the way. We always want to get. But sometimes there's a reason why he doesn't give you. So when he doesn't give you, you go to an extent of bribing. I really wanted my son to go to Nairobi this January. I did everything possible. Things were not coming. I said, for you to get here, you need to put something here. I looked back and said, baby, even the boy will get a problem in Nairobi. What makes me think Nairobi is the spark of life? Are all successful people went to Nairobi? No. I told him, settle, stay here in Uganda. He's with us here. Okay? So, values, bribing for a service, telling a lie. Sometimes even we lie unnecessarily, we lie for no reason. You're in a taxi and someone says, why do you lie with comfort? Tell someone, I'm in Namugongo, I am late. But give me an extra 30 minutes, I'm sorry. Someone says, no, I'm just at the gate. When you are at Chaliwajara Junction, telling a lie, getting a second or third partner, I don't want to go into coming home late or not coming back at all, selling off a home, educating your children, apologizing for a wrong deed, keeping time, and declaring holy declaring the proceeds from sale holy. So these are examples of decisions we make based on values. I had a neighbor who walked away, he even greeted me and we joked. passed my home and went. I didn't know that I'd never see him again, and I've never seen him. He had sold the house. So he greeted me around 8:30. He left. I thought he had gone to work. The owners of the home who had bought came around 11 o'clock. They threw out the property. We had to share the property and headed to the wife and the children, settled to another place. Such a decision. I tell you, we make decisions because we don't have values. And I'm sure some property got damaged. She quickly had to look for a house and pay 6 months. Oh, that's wastage of resources. That's how we lose resources. Because of the decisions we make. Coming home late, wherever you are spending money, come home and sleep. Wherever you are spending your money. And when you come home late, you sleep late. Then you wake up late. So you are late at work, again you lie. Why you are late? You lied where you lied to the wife why you came back late. You are going to lie to the boss why you're going late. You know, the whole day is spoiled. But what is the cause? Lack of values. All the above decisions are guided by what you consider right or wrong. And values guide you in knowing what is right and what is wrong. Therefore, we are going to have values for I'm not going to decide for you, okay? But we're going to decide the values that are going to guide our families, okay? And you'll become family values. And you'll find that these values become the fabric or the bedrock of wealth creation. I can give examples of family values, family interactions, behaviors, shaping unique culture and identity, love, honesty, respect, education, faith, hard work, etc. There are families you come to, and I just meet Katuma's son. Don't mind if he's not there, okay? Even if he doesn't look like him, I just know this must be from Katuma's family. Is there anybody in that category? People just identify you and they know the family you came from. Not because you look like that family, but the way you behave. Then that family has values. Then sometimes we say, yeah, I'm a son to, I'm a daughter to Reverend Noah. Sure. People can't believe because of the way I conduct myself. So let us have families that we look together. There are some things we do together. And we are known. They define our family. To know that the family of Mr. So-and-so, they all do this together. I won't go into these examples. I think that point has reached home. When you have family values, because I began with, when you talk about deal, what does your child think? When you have family values, they help children feel secure and a sense of family connection and belonging, which benefits their mental health. So next week they're going to talk about the mental health of the children. Sometimes we are the ones disturbing our children. I wish I could attend tomorrow and I hear what they're talking about. Sometimes we, the parents, disturb the mental health of our children. They don't understand these things, and sometimes they can't ask us. They don't know why mommy comes back late. They don't know where she gets the money from. They don't know why she's always on the computer. So sometimes we are disturbed by small things when we are. But my point here is that values are the bedrock for wealth creation. Because you align your actions, okay, with your purpose. You align your actions with your purpose. Ekyo okuba n'emisingi egyo etwogeddeko, emisingi emirungi, kyekkubo oba yensandikwa y'okufuna obugagga kubanga ebikolayo byonna byonna biba bikola nga bitambulira mu misingi egyo. There was anybody working with local government? There was LGDP2, LGDP3. You remember those programs? Capacity building, LGDP1, LGDP2. Yeah, you were there. You know about them. I was a beneficiary of those programs. Okay? I would go there to do the training. And there were many companies that were doing it. Not that I was the best, but I chose to be very reliable. They knew that when you call her, she will come. Time reached that you go to Sorot, then they call you leader. You buy a dress in Sorot, you proceed to leader. As a leader, they will call you in Guru. You buy a dress, you proceed to Guru. But I just chose to be reliable. People want to work with reliable people. When I say yes, that's what I mean. When I say no, I'll not come. Not it depends. When I talk to you and you say it depends. There's a problem. So sometimes we lose business partners. I brought the example of LGDP2 because I'm trying to link value with the wealth. People want to work with the reliable people, predictable people. Some people find pride in being unpredictable. And they talk about it, it's a city cancer. It should be predictable. People should know what you don't like and what you like. People should know what annoys you and what doesn't annoy you. In the university, the first lecture is to tell them my touch buttons. I tell them the red buttons and the green buttons. The first lecture, when you touch the red button, I set aside an on. The red button is coping. Coping of any form, stop being friends. But walking out, walk out. Picking calls, pick the calls. Coming late is okay. You're unable to come is okay, but copy. So I declare my wants on day one, and they know it. So where do you pride yourself in being unpredictable? People don't want to deal with people who are unpredictable. And therefore they don't call you to work with them.
Exactly. They put you as a finance minister. People say, that one. I cannot have the finances.
Yeah, them saying in church, bring us people who we can work with. Those are people that are looking for. Not the unpredictable ones. When you say I'm going to be available on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they will not call you on Monday. You are clear on your days. And those days you've given them. That's what they're going to do for you. Nobody wants to work with an unreliable person. So we start business and people abandon us. Say this person was my friend, no longer picks my calls. Then we go for prayers and fasting. It's okay to pray, but sometimes we are the ones who are a problem. People have given up on us. But to call you, you say you are selling chicks and you fully immunize them. I go and buy your chicks. You don't immunize them. I take them and they die. There are things we do. Because we want to minimize the money for vaccination. But we are killing the name. To an extent that even to me, when I'm doing my small businesses, I go an extra mile on eating up the profits so that the customer does not get a misunderstanding of who I am. Because they're hard to come by. If you have one of people trusting you, please handle them carefully. It's very hard to get someone to trust you. Values help us to guide disciplined decisions. When you have values, you make decisions that are disciplined. Values foster long-term commitment. jobs we are doing. Commitment with our businesses. Commitment with our financiers. Commitment to our church. We need values. Values ensure one's financial strategies like savings, investing, avoiding debt. You know, sometimes we take unnecessary debt. There are people even who borrow to donate. Borrow money so that you can donate. Hey, you are hard here putting up your hand and building a church, and you say one thread, single stroke of sand, you clap and everybody turns to it. First we are going to clap our hands and receive our sand, then you struggle paying the sand. I bought this pigeon, that box from Centenary Bank. I bought it in January. I'm going to open it in December. Before December reaches, you open it in April. The few coins are there, you have eaten them. The cereal. Hey, the people who send the cereal, we are not going to suffer with saving. Open the box and send it for ticket. Bedrock to wealth creation, because they control such things like savings, investing, and avoiding debt. There are people who drink alcohol on credit. Alcohol itself is not useful. On top of that, you drink it on credit. As if drinking it was not bad enough. You are drinking it on credit. And if you don't have a reputation of the name, they will say leave your phone here. The third sin. If you don't have a name, they say now I'm going to give you my account, but leave the phone here. When you bring the money, you take it there. Now you leave the phone, I'm calling you for business, your phone is with the bar owner. She doesn't pick, then I choose another one. So they look like simple things, but I believe they are affecting us. Because I began with Indians. Why are Indians doing it and why can't we do it? Because of those small things, and which are not passed on to us in informal education. These are things we used to get informally from the other category of mothers. Okay? Bamama bano mulembe guno gwali mulungi nnyo. Bamama baffe we are very keen on passing on informal education through stories. They had a lot of time with us. We don't have time for them. We are busy chasing for money. Remember, our mother used to tell us stories, and I'm sure some stories did not exist about the bad girls who got married quickly, and those bad girls ended up badly. Usually they were ending up badly. All her stories, those ones were ending up badly. I think she was trying to tell us, don't go this way. It's not going to be a good go. Okay? Those about my age, the time I grew up, sugar was very, very expensive. It was hard to get sugar in this Reverend Eileen against time. So she would give herself sugar. Okay? She was just a nursery. They used to call them financial teachers. She give herself sugar and she says, I'm taking sugar because I went to school. And I thought she was highly educated. So we take it without sugar. And she would say, you read hard, you'll buy your own sugar. Yeah, I went to school. And we believed she had gone to school. She hadn't really. But she would take sugar because she went to school. She wanted to tell us that when you go to school, you're able to enjoy. So it is through informal education that they're getting these values. But now there's no more informal education. We leave our children with the maids. The males leave their children with the TV and they go on TikTok to also get money recording videos. So who is teaching them all these things? We come back very, very tired and we sleep early so that we can wake up early again. We don't have time to tell children these stories. All they do is to look at us and hear what we talk about. And then we talk about the negatives of then they wonder so creating wealth isn't just about money. It is about building a life aligned with what truly matters. Using principles like value-based thinking. What are your values? Then you start a business that is in line with your thinking, with your values. There are many businesses you've not gone to because they're not in line with your values. I was sharing with a friend after church and was inviting me to join Rotary. And I told them, no, I was in Rotary, but I saw a mismatch between their values and my values. Said, no. My club is better. He told me the club and I liked it. We exchanged numbers and I'm going to give it a try. Because the values talked about, I was not at one time. I saw the lifestyle. It was not. When you have values, you can make decisions by them. There are many things you would have done that you don't do because of values. Not saying, oh, I didn't know, they didn't tell me, I was misled. You're above 18. You can't be misled. You have value-based thinking in everything. Then it also helps in long-term vision that builds lasting prosperity. So how do values form the foundation of our wealth creation? Values, number one, create the purpose and the motivation. Values create the purpose and the purpose creates the motivation. Have you seen these women who work in town? They sell tomatoes, they sell on the streets. KCCA comes, they beat them, they go back this way, they come back. When they come on TV, they say, we are working for the school fees of our children. That's the motivation. They will do anything under the sky to make sure their children go to school. So why are you working? Don't answer me, but ask yourself, why are you working? What do you want? Sometimes we don't know why we are working. We are working because we got a job. Okay? But I've seen these women, they're saying, whenever they come on TV, they say, we are looking for school fees for our children. They beat them, they continue being on the street. It rains, they're on the street. It is very hot, they're on the street. They beat them, they don't go. They go to court, they come back until their children go to school. So the purpose gives you the motivation. So when you set a simplistic purpose, you're going to achieve it and you'll be satisfied. Simple task. When you set a simple goal, you achieve it quickly and you sit back. So set yourself a purpose while you are working. Values clarify why you are building wealth. It could be family security, it could be children education, it could be freedom, it could be esteem, it could be charity. All this will fuel motivation beyond mere accumulation. Mere having a lot of wealth with no purpose. 2, values are a decision filter. They filter your decisions. They help you say no to distractions and opportunities that do not align with your core beliefs or values. Therefore, avoiding financial missteps. There are many decisions we make that don't align with our core beliefs. Then we end up with the financial missteps. You make mistakes. You put money where you wouldn't have put it. You lose money. You realize it later. I just went to a bar. I was joking. Now this girl is pregnant. Now I have a second family. I must look after the second family. Now I must invest for this family. Now the first one has gone. I must go back and give all that money you're wasting. I must go back and bring the in-laws. They bring her back. I must give the in-laws more this. She also puts a condition. Take me back, bring me a car. Then you look for money. You give her a car so that she can come back. Financial missteps. It began with one wrong decision. This to another, and so those financial missteps make us lose wealth and suddenly. Values help us to have long-term focus. See far beyond tomorrow. Values foster patience and discipline, encouraging you to prioritize long-term goals over instant gratification. You're able to look at long-term goals. That's why some people will drop out of school and say, I don't say anything in education, because it's a long-term goal. 3 years in kindergarten, 7 years in primary, that is 10. 4 years in O-level, that is 14. Plus 2 years in A-level, 16. Plus 3 or 5 years at university, 19 years in school. Really. What are you looking at? Unless someone has a value of looking at the long term. Otherwise, many of them at all levels, they say enough. I can speak English, I can write my name, and I can count money. Enough of this. They walk away. And they say, I have my money. They start riding border. There's nobody who is as liquid as a border rider. Anytime they have money on them. Even if it's 2,000, even if it's, they always have money on them. But of course, it's not wealth. So, values help you to have this patience. When you start a business, you must be patient. You don't expect profits instantly. You can start a business in January and by December it's not taken off. But you are still patient. Don't quickly say, this business is not working. They advised me, I put in my money, but there are no profits. You are impatient. Even in relationships, you need to be patient. Everything calls for patience and discipline. Values help us with integrity and the trust. I've already emphasized this. Ethical values build strong relationships with the customers, strong relationships with the employees, strong relationships with the partners, which are crucial for sustainable business and investment. I just don't want to ask, but I'm sure there are some of you who have lost businesses because your partners have fallen out with you. I've lost businesses because our customers have fallen out with us. I've lost jobs because our employers have fallen out with us. Many of us. We don't want to say those bad stories because we have left them. Okay? When you look back, you realize you were the one who wasn't. Then you check to see what you can do. How then can we build wealth with purpose? I told you must build wealth with purpose. You set realistic wealth building goals. So tonight we are going to set realistic wealth building goals. We are going to set goals that are realistic and they are wealth building. Wealth building doesn't start with the soliciting or selecting stocks. You always start, say, I want to start a shop. I think I'll put there sugar, I'll put there maize flour, I'll put there. You are starting with stock. All of us. If it's farming, I'm going to start with poultry, I think broilers or layers. I'm going to plant maize. It does not start with selecting stocks. It begins with the clear, realistic goals. Okay? You first clear your purpose. Determine your reason for building wealth. What is your reason for building wealth? Is it financial freedom? Is it early retirement? Is it educating the children? Whichever answer you have will give you their commitment. Quantify your goal. What was there before Operation Wealth Creation? Before. Okay? Onabagagawale was a goal that was not quantified. It meant all of us to be rich within the next 5 years. But who is rich? Is being rich having many saloon cars? Is being rich having many buildings? Is being rich affording 3 meals a day? Is being rich having so many suits in my closet? Is being rich eating so many carbohydrates and so many? So what is Gonabagagawale? What is Kugagawala? What is Gonabagagawale? No wonder after 5 years, nobody could tell him he had not achieved the goal. Nobody, because the goal was not quantified. He actually said all of you are rich because you have smartphones. He said all of you are rich because when I'm flying, I see iron sheets. We could even be seeing iron sheets of the church, and he says all of us are rich. So let us not have such a goal. Let us quantify our goals. I'll take an example of retirement, retirement, for those who are still young. Don't say I want to save for retirement, but say I want to accumulate $1 million in retirement saving within 25 years. Okay, $1 million sounds a lot. I want to save 20 million Uganda shillings in 25 years' time. So you divide how old am I, or what time is it now? So how much should I save every year? How much should I save every month? How much should I save every week? Separate this money from your other money you use. Put it there and forget about it. It's for your early retirement. Early can be 35 years, early can be 40, early can be 45. But if you say, I want early retirement, by 45, if you don't have the money, you increase 5 years. Your early may be 75. Okay. So let us quantify our goals. I hear my children making resolutions in 31st, but we don't disturb them. By the end of the year, they have not done anything. Because they don't quantify them. Okay? Assess your financial situation. Yeah, we don't have the same financial situation. Take a realistic look at your current income, at your current debts, at your current expenses, and the available resources. Realistically, what's my income now? Realistically, what are my expenses? Realistically, what are my debts? And what is available? So use this insight to craft goals that are ambitious yet achievable based on your income and lifestyle. So in other words, we're not deciding for you anything. Because we have different incomes, and have different lifestyles, we have different expenses. Again, don't make yourself suffer. Life is there to be enjoyed. Don't be very miserable because you are saving. You don't go to hospital, you don't eat proteins, you don't put vaccine on your skin. So let's look at our, let's assess our financial situation. So you could maybe say, I want to build a house. You don't have a house, but you have a plot of land. I want to acquire a plot of land. It could be urban or rural or peri-urban. I want to pursue higher studies. I want to start a family. It is, all of us have different situations. What do you want to do in 2026? What do you have now? What do you need more? How are you going to get the balance? Don't just wake up and say, now I want to start a family. How much money do you have? Come and talk to them. I've saved my 10 million. I want to start a movement. Talk to the Christians to raise for me another 10 million. Yeah, it is simple. It's simple. I can see you planned for this marriage. We may even give you the money and we push you in this thing when you're not ready for it. I wish I was the one doing that. I would ask you these questions before to ensure that there is some money on your account. Okay? After that, you assess. You invest in long-term growth. Investing can be intimidating for beginners. Investment is not very easy, yet remains one of the most reliable paths to long-term wealth. Investing is intimidating, but it's the path to long-term wealth. It is fun to consume. Investing is painful. Many people don't want it. The key is a disciplined, consistent approach. Are we disciplined enough to invest? We save money and say, let me save my money, I'll start this business in October. Nothing comes in between now and October. Then I'll start. When I start my business, I'll stop this and stop this and stop that. Disciplined approach. I teach all who have come back for further education. I always tell them that when you come, you need to offload some responsibilities. Because this is another serious engagement you got into. So don't be a community leader, don't be an LC1 person, you are the counselor, you are the clan leader, then you are also in class. Offload, you are the chairman of the football club. You can't be everything. I tell them offload some. Write to them that I'm away for 2 or 3 years, but I'll come back. So when we are investing, we are likely to offload certain things. Tell people at home who've been eating this kind of menu, we are going to change the menu because I'm investing in this. And we don't want to share, especially us ladies. They don't understand, they're asking where does she put the money. We don't confess, we are hiding. Transparency. It hasn't yet, because that goes back to values. Even never know he's going to help you, but you are there. I know a couple, they had these notorious insects. They called someone to fumigate. Okay? The lady had told the husband, I don't have money. And he knew she did not have money. So when the fumigators came, for him, he knew there was no money. They said, now, I have allergy, I'm not going to be here. Let us go away to the beach and they fumigate. When we come back, the house will have been, the crying. He said, what's the problem? He said, I've stolen my money. He said, which money? He said, you didn't have money.
abadde nasooka ekikasi
Had he known, he would have told her, please, don't leave our money, the other money, don't leave it in here. So you see how it goes back to values? It goes back to values. Tell your friend, I'm raising a business, to start a business in October. This is the kind of way I'm saving. Now I have 1.5. If there's a way you can help me, please help. And I keep my money here.
zijjako
I'm talking about family values. We are saying we are going to share the same values. Then he will not touch the money. If anything, he will also say, I've saved, I've added for you some 10,000. So this is the key to long-term wealth. Disciplined, consistent. The other thing about investment, start early and stay consistent. Even small investments could significantly, could compound significantly over time. Contribute regularly to your investment accounts, no matter how modest. Even if you are saying I'm putting 1,000, I'm putting 10,000, I'm putting 5, whichever amount, do it consistently. Whether on your fixed deposit account, whether on your unit trust, whether in your pigeonhole, whether the savings box, whatever you're saving, do it consistently. We also encourage you to diversify your investment. Let us not put eggs in one basket. COVID taught us. People put all their money in schools. The schools were closed. We learned a lesson. Then they got the taxis for shuttles. They changed them into taxis to get somewhere. It was not very easy. Those of us who says my role is to teach, to talk, there was no income for us. Okay? So we quickly thought of what else we could do. So don't put eggs in one basket. Diversification, spread your investments across various asset classes. You also spread them across various sectors. You also spread them across regions. Don't have your investment around Namkongo. So whose Kaina is that? Hey, it's Swakatuma. Then that supermarket, it's Swakatuma. Then that kindergarten, it's Swakatuma. That man is rich. Let the supermarket be in Seta. Let the Kadina be in Chiwatule. Then here you can have some rentals. Just as diversify regions, we have a tendency. I inherited my grandfather's Namugongo. I inherited land here. My home is here, so everything is on that piece of land. But if something comes with that land, they just wake up and they say we're making a road from here. I don't know where this road will end up. All the property here is going to be destroyed. We need a bypass. I don't know where it is. Whatever. All your investment is going to be down. So scatter your investment. Something in Soroti, something in Kampala, something in Fiji. So whichever seasons come, something that goes with the rains, something that thrives in the dry season, whichever thing that comes, you're always earning. So that you have stable growth over a long time. Also understand risk tolerance. You need to tolerate risk. There is always risk. Evaluate your comfort level with the market fluctuations. How much risk can you handle? I'm not very good at handling those people from the bank. I have a cousin who is very firm. He has about 3 or 4 phones. They are calling her. This is housing finance, I want to pick. This one is equity, no. This one is centenary, no. I moved to him, I said, which kind of life do you lead? Every phone call, you fear it. Every bank has an account and he has a handset for it. So you measure your comfort level. What can you handle in form of risk? I do some poultry, and we had if anybody is doing poultry, we had an attack of flu around November. Okay, many birds died, and I didn't like the idea of them dying. You buy medicine, this one dies, they die again. I said, let me wait for the dry season. I put off bringing more because they die more in the rainy season. That's me. So measure your comfort level. How much risk can you handle? Don't go for a 20 billion loan. Then they call you, they demand, they go. Then the next thing, you are hospitalized. Pressure. Pressure has gone up. You're in hospital. People are wondering why a young man is getting pressure. You didn't measure your risky tolerance. Investments are risky, but find out what you can handle by your nature and also the market fluctuations. Then create a financial plan that is aligned with your personal values. You must have a financial plan. A plan guides you to where you are going. There is a saying that if you don't know where you are going, every road will lead you there. You can't get lost. Do you know that? If you don't know where you are going, every road will lead you there. Stand there and say, where do I go? When I find you, I'm going up, escort me, okay. You escort me. When you guys are coming back, hey, what are these people doing? You join them. But because you don't know where you are, so the same thing with the business. After talking to another person is going to talk to you. Then you say, I'm going to, whatever you're going to see, you also want to do it. I come to you, you find your business, say, oh, your business is good. I'm also going to do it. Never do that. Never. That's very dangerous. You see something nice with her, you do it. She has saved for it for the last 2 years. You're going into debt now to acquire what she has. It's very, very dangerous. Have a financial plan that is aligned with your personal values. Building wealth is not just about numbers. It is about aligning your financial actions with your values and lifestyle choices. Lifestyle is a choice. Align your plan with your lifestyle choices. To build a meaningful financial plan, consider these guiding questions. What is important for you? Okay, for that is we can say I want to look good. Okay, it is important. There are men who give their wives money and they say this money is to maintain your beauty. Use this for this. The balance is to maintain. Hey. So, what is important to you? Your money should reflect your beliefs. It is important to align one's wealth building activities with your personal values, as this enhances satisfaction and purpose. You are a Christian, you are a moralist, then you are investing in which business can it be? A bar or a lodge. You're going to get a headache. It's not in line with your beliefs. Okay? Do something that satisfies you. If I was given money, I would have a school because my core belief is education. I feel good when people are learning, are growing. So, that your business, whichever business you choose, should align with your beliefs. So you find me making money in a business that's in line with my beliefs. You also go for the same business. Yes, yet we don't have the same beliefs. You get challenges in business. Get annoyed. Establish your priorities. A clearly defined set of priorities helps shape a financial plan that genuinely fulfills you rather than just accumulating wealth. That one I've already said. Regularly review and adjust. A plan is not cast in iron. Regularly review and adjust. Things change. You know, we plan and God implements. So your financial plan needs to be able to keep up, okay, with times. Regularly revisiting your goals ensures your strategy adapts to life changes, like career shifts. Your career may shift. Right now you're not working. As I leave this place, tomorrow you get a call from UN. UN calls you for a job. When you report, they say you're going to work in Germany. Then you leave there, poultry. You can't look after chicken when you're in Germany. The financial plan changes. Okay? Marriage. When you're alone, your values are enough. When she comes or he comes, then the values must be aligned. So the financial plan changes. You stop again planning for other things, then you plan for the baby that God may give you. Sickness. You can't continue saving when you need money for medical care. Retirement. Retirement is not about income. Maybe next time, Mr. Meeting, we shall talk about retirement. It's not about income, but occupation. Many men, not women this time, get medical issues in retirement because they focus on income, but not occupation. For us women, we know how to do nothing. Do you know that? We know how to be busy doing nothing. You go in one room to another, you clean, you dust, you come. It's not nothing.
It's not quantified.
A lot of unquantifiable work. Unpaid. But a man is going to wake up, bathe, have breakfast, then he has nowhere to go.
He goes.
He has retired.
Yeah, but he goes out.
He has the houses for rent, and the tenants have paid and they have gone to work also. The houses are clean and they have locked. You're still like this. You can't visit anybody. All your friends are at work. Many men have got a problem in retirement because they focus on income and not occupation. So you need to focus on both. When I wake up in the morning, what do I do with my hands and legs? Because they are still able. See, our president is still running at 80. Yeah, the man can run, man can march. So you must look for both occupation and so they always get worries and they become hypertensive because of lack of actually what to do. So as I conclude, as Christian Men Fellowship and all other Christians, what are our personal values this year? You write those questions, you answer them when you are alone. Very sincerely when you are alone. And I always tell people, lie everybody. The last person or the only person you never lie to is yourself. Tell yourself the bitter truth. Tell people, you lie, I'm 25 years, I'm young. When you go to bed, tell yourself, I'm 55. I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this. So, what are our personal values this year? What have we been doing wrongly? Even me, I'm going to do this homework. Therefore, when you know that one, we stop it. Okay? What is our contribution towards building a critical mass of change agents? Remember that word? The 4 times 40, 120 children. What's our contribution towards building a critical mass of change agents? Njagala abaana baffe babeere banjawulo ku baana bonna babune mu bitongole bagende mu mabanka bagende wa nga banjawulo anti bangi nze bwenkola obwombajja omwana wombajja mukozi naye singa tukola that's why I'm going to critical mass netuleeta abaana abalina values because they are few. That's why you can't do it alone. The whole church would not come here. No one nechigenda mu church muri fenna bwe tugamba nti tuzaala tutendeka abaana to have those values bajja kuwera. But if all of us say the world is gone, what can we do? We can't hold guns, we can't campaign. This is our small contribution to the country. Let us give them those values. Omwana wange asanga omwana we. Because I've been trained very well, then they end up getting married to his son. Or vice versa. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Let us, each of us, have a contribution to have that critical mass of change. I know these days when you're doing the right thing, they chase you. I know. You don't like when you're doing the right thing. That's why I want a group.
They transfer you to another ministry.
They do everything possible. They can even blackmail. What is my purpose of building wealth? And is my purpose aligned with my values? Is my purpose aligned with my values? I have talked a lot, and to me, I have talked enough. I want to hear from you. Any agreement, any disagreement, any contribution, any confirmation, anything. Any testimony? Yes, ma'am.